Our story begins in the Garden of Eden, the paradise where the first humans, Adam and Eve, were created by God. The name Adam comes from the Hebrew word Adama, which means earth or ground. This symbolizes that Adam was formed from the dust of the earth, highlighting humanity's deep connection to the land. Alongside him, Eve, whose name means life or living, was created to be the mother of all humanity. Together, Adam and Eve were made in the image of God and tasked with populating the earth. From them, human life as we know it began. It's clear Adam and Eve had many children, though the Bible focuses on 3 of their sons, Cain, Abel, and later Seth. The Bible emphasizes Seth's line, as his descendants were chosen to carry forward the righteous legacy of humanity after the tragedy of Cain and Abel. After Cain killed Abel, God blessed Adam and Eve with Seth. His name, meaning appointed or granted, symbolized the continuation of the righteous line through which humanity would thrive. However, as time went on and several generations came and go, humanity became increasingly corrupt and immoral, leading to God's decision to cleanse the world with the Great Flood. Yet, in his mercy, God spared one righteous man, Noah, and his family. The name Noah, meaning rest or comfort, symbolizes hope for a new beginning. After the flood, Noah's 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, became the ancestors of the nations that repopulated the earth. It is through these 3 that humanity spread across the globe, each of them playing a role in shaping different ethnic groups and civilizations. Shem became the ancestor of the Semitic peoples, including the Israelites and Arabs. Japheth became the ancestor of people who spread into Europe and parts of Asia. Ham, the 3rd son, is the most important for understanding the biblical origin of African peoples, including black ethnicities. To understand the biblical origins of black people, we turn to Ham, one of Noah's 3 sons. The name Ham is believed to be associated with heat or darkness, reflecting the regions his descendants would eventually inhabit. The name Ham also means burned or black, suggesting his skin color. Ham had 4 sons, Cush, Mizraim, Phut, and Canaan, each of whom played a vital role in shaping the cultures and civilizations of Africa and beyond. Cush's descendants dominated East Africa, while Mizraim's descendants became the Egyptians. Phut's descendants settled in Central Africa, while Cannaan's descendants crossed the Red Sea to the Middle East. Over thousands of years, these groups migrated and intermingled with others across the continent, creating a rich tapestry of cultures, languages, and ethnicities. Let's take a deeper look at how various African ethnicities connect with their biblical origins. 1. East African peoples. Cushites. The descendants of Cush are strongly linked to East Africa. The kingdom of Cush, for example, ruled over parts of Nubia and even conquered Egypt at one point. The influence of Cush's lineage is seen today in the cultures of Ethiopia, Sudan, and Somalia. Furthermore, the Nilotes, communities that dominated the region along the Nile, also trace their origins to this area, where later they migrated across the Great Rift Valley. Number 2. West African peoples. The Bantus. The descendants, Phut, who had settled in the central part of Africa, moved west, where they laid the foundations for many of today's West African ethnic groups. It's also important to note that others migrated east to Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania, while others moved southwards of Africa. Number 3. North African peoples. The Egyptians, descendants of Mizraim, had an immense impact on North Africa. Their contributions to art, architecture, religion, and science are still felt today. The influence of ancient Egypt remains embedded in the region's identity, reminding us of the significance of Mizraim's lineage. Over centuries, as these migrations continued, the descendants of Ham intermarried with other groups, creating the diverse and complex ethnicities that we see in Africa today. So there you have it, a journey through the Bible, tracing the roots of African peoples back to Noah's son Ham and his descendants. Africa's story is one of resilience, adaptation, and growth. Understanding these origins helps us appreciate the continent's deep, historical roots and the cultural richness that defines African identity today. If you enjoyed this exploration, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an insightful episode.